Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz Love Talk on Babz Rawls-Ivy. I'm delighted this morning because I get to talk to STIX Bones and Bob and Ed Tankis because Stick Bones and the Bone Squad is playing Friday night at Jazzy's.
Yep, that's right.
Just can't get enough of Connecticut.
No siree.
So how was it on the so last time you were here, you all would get ready to play, was it Branford Jazz Fest? How was that?
It was a beautiful day. I mean, the God held back the rain, gratefully. But people showed up.
I'm glad.
We showed out.
Bob, you can unmute yourself so you can get in this conversation. All right, so you're playing Jazzy's. Any particular reason, or just because they just wanted to have some good music that night?
Well, this is all thanks to Ed Tankis, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who got us on the Connecticut tour. He wants to make sure if we're going to launch big, they know that we started out in Connecticut.
All right. Listen, Connecticut tour is a real thing.
Yes, definitely. So, it feels good, man. Bob is going to come in again. He did his debut on Branford on the Green, and they really give him a warm welcome.
Now, Bob, you're the Olympian.
I try to be.
Right? Like you're a world class. What was a world class athlete? Am I correct?
Well, I still hold the oldest Olympic record in the history of the Olympics. So, I've had a little experience in the Olympics. So, and was blessed to have the opportunity, health wise as well as athletically wise. So, that was a beautiful 15, 20-year training to get to the 1968 Olympics. And boy, was it a blast. It was absolutely unbelievable. A lot of things happened during 68. However, we survived and came out smelling real good, doing some wonderful things, representing our families and also our country too. So, yes, I've been involved with the Olympics and so forth, but I got a new job.
Okay. Now, can you raise your camera up or a little bit so we can actually see you, Bob? Thank you. It'd be nice to see you. All right, so how did Bob come to the band? Because he's an Olympian, and now you got him on percussion. What's happening? Tell me about that.
What happened was, I'm walking through the airport. I see a bunch of crowd over this guy, and they're like, "Oh, Bob." And I said, "Hey, Mr. Beeman, would you please be in my band?" He said, "Talk to my people, kid." You know what I'm saying? I get back at you.
I actually like that story.
I wish that was the story. He said, you keep forgetting. You keep forgetting a lot. You need some help, young man. Let me grab you by the collar and help you out. No, his cousin, Al Brisbane, is the bass player of the band. And, they've been communicating a lot over the years. And whenever Bob would come to New York, I would go and hang out with them. And he was always like mentioning how influenced he is by music. There's this other side of him that the world has yet to see. So, he's all he's all glamorous over here, but he's like, man, there's more to the table. There's more to the table. And, I'm grateful that I was in a position to introduce that other side. You know, like you guys finally get to see Batman. Y'all know Bruce Wayne, but now you get to see Batman.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, so most people who are good in one thing oftentimes are good in another thing, you know, like, so if you're a musician, that means most musicians play more than one instrument, right? Most athletes do more than one sport, or they do something else. I think athletes and musicians are very similar in genius, because they just take on different things. So I know, STIX, you, when you were here last, you were talking about you play some other stuff too, like you.
I mean, it's not so much of an instrument, but producing. Like, you know, I produce for TV and film, and you know, produce hip hop beats and stuff like that.
Because you could hear something, like, I mean, that
Yeah,
takes a little bit of a talent to sort of like, yes, I play an instrument, but I could also hear something
yes.
that needs to be in this space.
Yeah, so as just being an instrument player, that's one thing, but to be the composer, arranger, producer, that's a whole nother element that you have to develop. And again, that's how I was able to create this unit, which included Bob, because Bob, as a percussionist, you know, you kind of got to write the parts for him. And he just fit right in. He already knew what to do. He just needed his own lane. You know, he needed his own space in order to dwell in. And that's what we created together along with the Bone Squad.
So now, Bob, have you always been a percussionist? Like, when did you know you were a musician?
Well, I started out, one of my great influence personnel was Milford Graves and a gentleman, Wally Hall, who I eventually started playing with Raleigh with this famous dance group accompanying Bernice Johnson out of New York. And I started to get very involved in the drumming aspects of it. And then I began to play for all of their dance classes, including their professional dancers. And I spent a lot of time drumming from the time that I was 7. And then I had to put it aside when I was 14 and 15 because there was another side of me that people didn't see at that time, which was athletics. And so from the time I was 14 until I was really right now, until 50 years later, I said, let me come back and finish what I started. And so it was not an easy task coming back. I mean, you know, I'm still in the learning modes of learning all kinds of different things. And so, but basically, you know, patterns and things, dealing with percussion and things like this here is something beautiful and normal for me. So it was just a matter of getting my hands to express the things that are in my head. Can I put them on a drum? And so STIX got me to put all my answers and things on the drum. So I'm back
I
in
like
business.
that.
I'm back in business. Yes.
So Ed, when you manage this band, because you've just taken on managing this band, and
Well, it's I don't know about managing, it's kind of hurting maybe. Trying to, you know, weave them back and forth and get them to go in a general direction, and then they kind of like, no, I don't think so.
so as the chief herder of the band, so are you constantly looking for places where they could be and play and perform, show up at? Like, what is your life like in relationship to them?
Yeah, I mean that's some of it, and qualifying that as to, you know, what makes sense. I mean, do I, you know, look for a place that only holds, you know, 40 people up in the northeast corner of Connecticut? No, that doesn't make any sense. Or even a similar venue down in New York City, which, you know, we turned down as well, or out in Long Island, we turned some of those down too. We're trying to find, you know, a venue that's going to be, you know, open to their music, open to the fact that, you know, they're not known well enough, like some of the big smooth jazz and other big stars.
Mm-hmm.
But their music is not only entertaining, it's gratifying, and people really glom onto it once they hear it, and want more. And so we're trying to find, as STIX really kind of said it appropriately, we're trying to find our lane and where that lane is. And once we get on that lane, we're gonna, ride it as far as we can ride it until we can find a new lane,
Okay.
because the music's ever changing.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like people are wanting to go back to hearing live music in ways that I hadn't seen in a long time. I don't know if that's post-pandemic, I just want to be out or whatever that is. I mean, we're still in the pandemic, but post-pandemic of being masked up and limited to where you could go. I do get the sense that people want to be, at least the places I often frequent, people are really wanting live music these days, all kinds of live music.
I definitely agree. Whether it's, jazz or hip hop or rock and roll or acoustic music or indie or folk, whatever. I mean, you can see that by the attendances, the Connecticut Folk Festival, the Branford Jazz, the Puerto Rican Fest that was just happening. I mean, there's so many different events and so many different cultural events that are attracting people of all different ages and backgrounds and so on. And of course, the summer has been, from time to time, not so cooperative, but certainly when the weather has been cooperative, people do come out. And, this is certainly a rain or shine event that's coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock at Jazzy. So
yeah, because it's inside. So people just, as long as you can get in the door.
That's it. That's it. And it's such an intimate place and a great place for music and sound. And Jason Watts, the owner of Jazzy, has been so supportive, and he's a supportive member of the community as well. And Jazzy is a great place to really come into and enjoy music.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you haven't STIX, y'all haven't played there before, right? This is your first time.
This would be the first time playing there, in this. We're real excited about it, as Ed was talking about, making your own lane and things like that. Understanding, as you were mentioning, about live music being so accepted right now, there's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to celebrate in these times that we're in, and it's what we're trying to do is give our contribution to that celebration, so to speak, where it's another year that we've come out of, so we just did 9/11 here in New York, but it's time, to reflect on those that were lost, but now let's celebrate the life that made it through those difficult times. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that there's a lot happening at the same time, and it's, we're just asking everybody, put us in your schedule, come check us out, get something new happening. Don't be predictable with the same old routine. Like, there's so much more that's happening now, and we're one of the new things. Bob, everybody's used to seeing him in an athletic arena or things like that, but now you get to see him in a new arena, and that's something worth checking out.
Okay. So are y'all influenced by, like, who influences you? Like, did you go to the Beyonce concert? Like, are you more a Keith Sweat concert, or are you?
So I had a choice. Go to Costco or Beyonce's concert. I chose Costco. The prices were the same when I left. I love the system, but I'm saying that's a month worth of food right there for your one ticket.
Oh, but it's such an experience out here.
Hey, that's what video, when they videotape the one and they air it on whatever they're gonna air it on. Yeah. Or I just play the records that I love to hear her sing. I can do without all of the high, big profile flashes, and I can't afford that. Yeah, I go to Costco, feed my family.
You sound like a man that's of a certain age. You sound like a man of a certain age, because if you was like maybe 10, 20, 15 years younger, I think you would be at the Beyonce concert.
Well, I mean, I got spoiled early because, when you're used to coming in through the back door, hanging out with the celebrities at the events, you know, it was always, I was always amongst the artists. You know,
Okay.
I very rarely had to go and do the full price thing. So that was it. And you know, there's been times when I've been in a certain room with Beyonce and her sister Solange, and you know, we was at smaller events, and you know, you kind of build that camaraderie and things like that. But I understand business is business, and for sometimes things like that is for the fans. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to your coworkers or your friends. Like you're living off of your fans. You know, you're developing all of this for the fans. So let the fans go ahead and appreciate that. You know, I kind of know places to go to see them and speak to them where I don't have to, you know, use my Costco bill.
Yeah. All right. So what kind of music do you listen to, Bob? What do you like?
I'm across the board. You know, I go from rock to rock. You know, anything.
Oh, look how smooth that was from Bach to rock. I like, all right. Okay.
You know, it's I've always enjoyed sound, um, and to take advantage of that word. I was sitting there listening to Miles doing one of his few interviews that were on television, and he just said that he's really into sound. You know, if a glass breaks, if a phone rings, if a whistle blows or something, it's part of sound. Does it go with what I'm putting together? You know, someday my prince will come. You know, so you know things that will accumulate a musical phenomenon. So I'm truly enjoyed his words, and I've always been involved with sound, and then I put my sound with rhythm, and I got a whole story to tell when I put sound and rhythm together. We get music, and we get good music, and I have really right now enjoyed the crossover of jazz, funk, and hip hop. So it is. As I say, I'm back. I'm back in the world of music, and I'm enjoying my catch up and enjoying how the old and the new have really come together to bring what's happening today. And so, and I'm pretty happy to bring some stuff to the table too. So I'm a long follower of good music.
All right. So STIX, we are in 50 years of celebrating hip hop. 50 years. Like that's hard to believe.
Yes.
So do you incorporate some of that vibe into your music? Do you
Yeah, of course. Because see what people, and I may have mentioned this before, how my music is kind of connected or bridges the gap is there are four elements in hip hop. Hip hop is not the music. Hip hop is the culture. The music consists of four elements: DJing, rapping, breakdancing, and graffiti art. There is a fifth one that wasn't officially, which is beatboxing. If you know Dougie Fresh, Rozella Godfather Noise, Buffy from the Fat Boys, the beatbox element. But the four main one, those four elements make up hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So where we connect is with the DJs and with the dancers. The DJs are the ones who produce the hip hop records. And hip hop is basically a sampled music. So you have jazz artists like Ahmad Jamal, Bob James, instrumentalists like Dennis Coffey, Galt McDermott. Those records were sampled to make records for people like Nas, Notorious B.I.G., Jay-Z. And you see, and when you're hip hop is so in tune, they don't really care about where the music came from. They just love what they hear. But the DJ only took a small portion of a nice 3-4 minute record took a 2-second, 3-second portion of that and looped it. So in celebration of hip hop for us, as one who came up playing drums for Common, De La Soul, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, and others, you have my drumming background, which is the boom bap essence of the music. And then you have what is called the break within the music, which is what is used to sample, what the break dancers use to dance towards whenever there's the break in the record. So absolutely, like the fuse between what we do. And have you ever heard of the Incredible Bongo Band, Babz?
Mm-hmm.
They have a record called Apache.
Yes.
Okay. What is the main instrument in the break? Which is
Bongos.
here is our man, Bob Beeman, on the bongos, which you will hear on our new single Leap. It's coming back. You know what I'm saying? That element, we're creating that element that hip hop loves back into original instrumental music.
I feel like I just got a master's class, Ed, on hip hop culture. I feel like I came away knowing more than I thought I knew about hip hop. I appreciate
Well, STIX
that.
has a lot more in his background than even he's intimating right now. He can talk, for quite a long time. And just to kind of continue on with this thought about Leap. Leap is their new single, which is actually being released worldwide this Friday, and they're debuting it this Friday at Jazzy's for the very first time, and that's in honor of Bob Beeman's legendary leap at the Mexico City Olympics, which
Yes.
was 55 years ago, Bob. Is that correct?
Yes, it'll be 55 in October.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. So how does it feel, Bob, to not only like hold a record and now have a record?
I think it's a beautiful combination. I think I'm just truly have been blessed to be around some real good people in my life, and I'm so happy that the friendship that I've gathered over the years have been a lot of musical people that keep me. I guess it keeps me young, keeps me going, keeps me excited about what's ahead in the musical field. And so I'm truly been excited to even just to play just a little bit, and I got a whole album that you'll hear me on. So it's really, really a beautiful thing. So I've got two things that I'm really proud of. The other one, besides music, is that I'm also in the Webster Dictionary. So they have me as Beeman S in the Webster Dictionary. And they have a wonderful creation. They created a wonderful definition about Beeman S. And it's called incredible, unbelievable, outstanding, and so forth. And I feel that I am surrounded by people that are outstanding and incredible people. And so I'm very excited to perform in New Haven this Friday. And so I'm going to give it all I got to let you guys know that I can swing too.
I love that. I love that. So, so Ed, do you create a tour? Are you creating a tour for this band? What is happening?
We've been trying to do that. It's been an up and down experience, like with any agent, any band, whether they're well known or not. It can be a real challenge to put pieces together. I think after we've got this show and then a show up in Peekskill, New York, at a place called the Bean Runner Cafe, which has been known to host a lot of great people. It's a very small place, but we think it's a good place for the band to be because of the notoriety that other folks have had coming through there. And then after that, they're going to be working on finishing up the CD. Is that right, STIX?
Yeah.
Yep, finishing that up and doing some probably video for that. They've got a full promotional campaign going on, both on radio and other media. And then I think the full CD launches mid-January. Is that correct? Yep. So everything is kind of right now, once September passes, is going to be geared, toward the CD and radio promotions and those types of things, going forward. We're also going to be, reaching out to festivals and so on that, are looking to fill up acts, before the first of the year. A lot of places, are already looking for acts, so we're actively trying to fill those openings as well.
I like it. All right, so you're gonna give everybody a taste of Leap, and then the full CD comes out in January. What's the name of the CD?
Olympic Soul.
I
I knew you would like it, Babz. I knew you would like it.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I probably could have guessed. So how long does it take to put a CD together? Like how long and how many tracks? 15, 16, 20? What do you do? I was like 8, right?
Come on.
Like Babz, we doing 8 songs.
Now we know how old Babz is.
I know, right?
She said 15, 16. Come on, Babz. You're gonna be on 4 though. I'm telling you.
He's a young man. You're gonna make him really old real fast, Babz.
An album like that'll come out in 2026, man. I mean, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah. We got 8 beautiful tracks, man. We have some amazing guests on featured on the album. A good friend of Bob and I is Abi O'Doon of The Last Poets.
We know Abi O'Doon. He's got a good relationship to New Haven.
Yeah, he's on the album. And we have a sister named Khadija who worked with Jay-Z, Salt and Pepper, a lot of my hip hop people. She came on to do some vocals. We're doing a cover of a song. I'm not going to tell you yet, but I know it's something that you would enjoy.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
The reason being, we really want y'all we want y'all to kind of marry. We didn't want to just put the album out right away because we really want you guys to marinate on Leap, on the first single. We want to get people ingested in that. Like I said, there's so much music every week. It takes a little bit of time in order for people, you hear it once and then you're off to 9 other songs and you're forgotten about. We really want to get, the fact that this particular single, this unit is coming together, and hopefully you guys will want to see us on stage more in 2024. And as Ed and Bob, as we working as a team, we want everybody to be familiar with what we're doing. So, Babz, we thank you and your whole team, even for this interview now. Hopefully we'll be able to, continue the camaraderie. And
oh yeah, you got to come back. I got to play this CD. We got to launch this thing in Connecticut.
Yeah, launch it. Come on now. You can be like, I had it first. I had the exclusive.
That's right.
Bragging rights. You got Bob Beeman. Bragging rights. October. You go to your radio show convention. You say, y'all can't touch me. I have Olympic champion on my show. Say what you will. You can't touch me.
I love it. So do you shoot videos? Do people still shoot videos for music?
They do, but it's they're basically aired on YouTube. You don't get a lot of jazz videos. It's really the pop and hip hop stuff. So very rarely you will see jazz. You will see a lot of performance video of instrumental music, but not the actual characteristic video thing.
So are you going to shoot video for some of the songs, or? Yeah,
we're working on that. Right now what we're pushing is our line dance. We do have a video showing the line dance to one of our songs off the previous album, Breaks from the Soul, Volume 2, called The Promenade. And whenever we perform, people come out and they do that promenade line dance, and it's a very good look, Babz. I might need you to get your 2-step shoes on. You're gonna have, as you playing it in the studio, you got to do the line dance. Promenade. Come on, join in the fun.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to YouTube and look this up.
Yes, promenade line dance. Sticks bones. Go ahead, Bob.
You're not gonna let me. You're not gonna let me sing any opera.
I'm not gonna let you sing who?
Any opera.
No, you're not gonna sing none, you ain't gonna sing. You in the shower. We keeping you in the shower. You're gonna be talking with your hands. That's all they need to hear.
No,
Okay.
no mic for you, Bob.
No mark for you, Bob.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
I am too, Bob, because it looked like you are a man of many talents, and I bet you could belt out a good old Solo Mio.
Excuse me. Could you tell me what it means?
I love it. I love it. So Ed, you're booking the band in some venues. It'll be festival season next year all around again. You know,
Yep.
they'll start back up, and it's pretty hefty. You know, and they got a new CD coming out in January, right? And
Yeah. The album is gonna drop in January because y'all gonna be playing Nat King Cole for the next 2 months, man. Like, come on, Babz. You know what y'all doing. Y'all gonna be playing Donny Hathaway, Nat King Cole, and the Jacksons Crippins album. Stop it now. Come on.
Yeah.
we are and you know what? You're absolutely right. So I wouldn't release an album either unless you have Christmas music on it. You know. No, I think you're absolutely right. So this is not your first CD. Is it your first CD?
No. It's the third one. So we have the Breaks from the Soul series, and I suggest, on volume 1, Love on the Water has really been
yes.
worldwide
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. And then Breaks from the Soul volume 2. So this would have been a continuation of the Breaks from the Soul series. However, I titled it Olympic Soul because I feel that soul music has an Olympic against all the other genres, rock, classical, soul music, man, has this Olympic thing over all of them, where it is attached to everything. It is influenced so many other genres, so many artists. Even if they don't do it, they love soul music. So to me, soul music is the Olympic genre within music that we have, and that's kind of where the inspiration came. Working with someone who's competed in one of the highest type of competitions you can in the world of sports, I felt like, let's give soul music its props as that being an Olympic success too.
I love it. Okay, so you're at Jazzy's Friday night.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale now. Tickets.
Yes.
Tickets.
Yes.
Tickets.
Yep.
Thank you, Harry. My producer is there. You go. So
Yes.
people
Thank you so
can
much.
and I see it floating around on social media, so people are aware. The
Yep.
tickets are very reasonable. So
Yes.
and you could get good cocktails and good food at Jazzy. So you could
Yep.
make it it could be a real date night, people. Y'all looking for date nights on a Friday
Yep.
night. That's perfect. So
And you can still go to Costco the next day.
and you still
Yeah.
right, you don't feel like you got to put something back. You can
Yeah.
get all your groceries. And so how long is the set? It starts at what time?
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, it starts at it goes to 7 to 10 p.m. There'll be a couple of breaks. And of course, while you're Jazzies, have dinner, you have cocktails, have some apps. It's gonna be really nice dinner and a show. Rock your socks off event.
I like it. Well, I'm so glad that you guys got to come back on. I got to see you guys again. I'm a fan. Can I get your music on vinyl yet? Or I gotta
You
stick
will
with
in
C-
2024 because I didn't know to press up vinyl, it takes 9 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. So even though the single is dropping on Friday, I went to try to get it pressed up on vinyl, and they said it won't be ready until the end of December.
okay. All right. That's all right.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna save my money because I'm trying to buy all the vinyl again. Do you know what I mean?
Awesome.
Like I'm buying vinyl again, and it's been really nice. And I wouldn't mind having your music on vinyl because I bet you the sound is incredible. So
Thank you. Yeah,
you know.
that's part of the plan.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Ed, thank you for reaching out. They are welcome here anytime. When the new CD comes out, let me know. You know, maybe we can do a little listening party, something. We can do something.
Let's do it.
Have a good time. Let's figure it out.
Let's do it.
Because I really like it. I'm sorry to get to Brantford to see y'all, but I will be in the space. Ed, I'm letting you know now. I'll be in the space on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Look forward to seeing you, Babz. Thank you.
So, so you hold me and the guests down. We coming.
Yay.
I'll pop in. Yes. So thank you so much, STIX. And I look forward to actually meeting you in person.
Yes.
And Bob, it was very nice to talk to you. So
my pleasure.
All right, Bob. Olympian. I get to hang out with a real Olympian. All right. I like it. Thank y'all so much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see y'all on Friday night at Jazzy's in New Haven. Thanks, Harry. All right. Yeah. I'll see y'all soon.